Hello viewers and welcome back to Renowned Explorers, More to Explore. This is a little bit unusual. I'm starting us at the end of an adventure because I was just playing for fun, just experimenting with stuff, trying to figure out what it is I want to do. And this run has gone pretty well. I see a lot of potential here. So I just wanted to show you guys what has happened. First of all, Kwame's a vampire, and Charles and Kwame hate each other. But obviously the party is Charles as captain, which of course is a very high-scoring scenario, potentially, in case you're not familiar. Charles' captain perk, the fact that he's a snob, gives campaign tokens, random improvements when you hire specialists. So my campaign token looks like this right now. Obviously, we've gone Viking Landing, Transylvania, or the Hungarian Fort, Highlands, Transylvania. I've made a number of mistakes, of various levels of badness. You may note that I'm at 3 resolve right now. So, listen, I'm not playing perfectly. But I think that our score is actually in a really good place. I want to carry this one out on camera because I think this has the potential to be a really high scoring game. So first of all, let's power through the rest of the research here. Now, I think that we'd be stronger if I had gone observations instead of history. I went History's opener at the beginning of the game because it allowed me to buy an extra specialist after the first expedition. And then I decided to push along because it allowed me to, taking Historians, allowed me to buy an extra specialist after the third expedition. So it's possible that our score would end up in a better place if I had done observations for the plus 50% renown from status. But we're going to finish out this tree since we can. 15 renown when we acquire a helper. We will be acquiring a number of helpers in a moment here. Plus 1 supply capacity. How about that? And I think we'll end up with enough research to unlock like the engineering opener and get the tool maybe. So let us make with the hiring of the helpers, right? First of all, we look to the specialists. Are there any specialists that will be helpful to us? Here we go. We got unlucky here. The second specialist tab on this one has a variety of specialists that improve the payout of different tokens, and it's not always the encounter token, I believe, but here it is. I guess I didn't need to do that. We're not getting encounter tokens. So yeah, nothing worth thinking about right now. Let's hire helpers. So obviously we're going to be doing Kyoto Elite. We're going to be doing this. Let's talk a little bit about the crew synergy here, actually. I want to make sure that we all understand what happened. So, campfire stories. First story was this. If you're not familiar with Kwame's crew story, what it actually does is it gives some extra campaign tokens, I don't know exactly how many, and 50 renown every time a particular person in your crew rolls a cultural challenge. We perk stacked on Kwame for this one. Plus 2 speech, minus 2 attack for each level of diplomat. Kwame is a level 5 diplomat. My other party members are both level 2. Which, of course, means that this is going to be worth 450 renown when we play it in a couple of minutes during the last expedition. I played Stories of Suspense, plus 5 speech just for Kwame. He's the only one who's a level 2 quick thinker, but also plus 2 campaign every time he rolls. We did this not because it was particularly great, but I just really needed the supplies. I was trying to get the big herd of sheep going in the Highlands. It didn't actually work out. I never got to maximum size, so I never got the big tokens. And unfortunately, the special sheep encounter did not spawn. All in all, I think honestly my score is pretty high, considering that I didn't get any like cool rare encounters or anything. And then Tactical Insight is what I played last time, plus 3 campaign when spending with a level 3 tactician, which is why we will be doing all of our spending with Victor. Okay. So let's buy... we're going to be spending in Kyoto, so the only token that we need to improve is the campaign token. Let's buy all of the campaign token improving dudes. And get a little bit of renown each time we buy one. And then obviously we can buy all of the other improvement things after we spend all of our insight. Okay. There's nothing else I need to do before spending insight, right? I've reached the maximum. Yeah. Okay. Victor, do it. So we have 15 points of insight left. We should have a little bit more. I had to spend, as is usually the case, I had to spend a little bit of insight after Expedition 2 to make sure that I capped out the tree. But I ended up 2 research short of getting the 4th research paper. 2 insights short of picking up Asian Wisdom. So I had to spend 1 point of insight getting Asian Wisdom, and then another couple points of insight getting enough research to get mind analysis to finish the tree. So, unfortunately, not quite as much insight as I would like. We have been pretty lucky with treasures, though. 15's not too bad. I've gotten a lot of high insight treasures. Oh, and, wow, 505 status from a point of insight, huh? Also, I want to point out, where is it here? Yeah, plus 14% status as renown. We have both the psychology finisher for plus 50%, and I got lucky. That's not the button I wanted. I got lucky and got the icon of Nicomedia with the thing here. We found Baba Yaga, and her broom is a very powerful artifact. It's very good, but I just didn't have the, I was low on resolve and low on supplies, and just didn't have the beguiler levels necessary to go for that check. I didn't even bother, so I just took the mortar and pestle, which you can get guaranteed. And I mean, it was 4 discovery tokens. That was fine. It was okay. Anyway, point was, we have plus 75% renown from status. During the final expedition, we will have plus 175% renown because I chose for reporters to pay attention to my status, obviously. Yeah, these are some pretty good tokens, man. We've actually gotten quite a bit of research. So, if I made it to a 2nd point of research, is going engineering still the best thing? We could get study tokens and this. We don't actually have any of those things. We can get anthropology and local tools. So I could get a tool and plus some value from our encounter tokens, or we could get a tool and plus some value from our collect tokens, I guess. I don't know, neither one of these is... I'm not 100% sure we're going to get enough for the next paper, so I'll just go ahead and do this, because I know the tool is good. Actually, I'm being dumb. Of course we're going to get enough. The secret tokens give research. Well, whatever. I'm still not convinced that this is the wrong way to go. Yeah, these are some pretty valuable tokens. Charles, I believe Charles is the highest, the captain with the highest possible score. His crew ability, or his captain perk, is so powerful. It is, in fact, better than Anna's. Even though Anna obviously has a lot going for her with the positive feedback loop on science. I think a lot of what contributes to Charles being the best captain, score-wise, is that Shangri-La is way better at providing value for status than the Lost Island is at providing value for science. And not to say the Lost Island is bad, it's just not as good as New Shangri-La. New Shangri-La really has like a tremendous amount of value. Okay, so that's going to do it for that. Does it make more sense to unlock one of these other openers? Actually, picking up another perk might very well be better than +2 research from each collect token. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get another perk on Kwame. So he has, this is where I've managed to get him to. So I could pick up Naturalist, Engineer, or Archaeologist. Shangri-La doesn't specifically call out anything. I know there's at least one good engineer challenge. I think Naturalist comes up as well. I don't think there's a reason to give him more Archaeologist. I'm going to give him an engineer perk. Yeah. Kwame, congratulations. You're a pilot. No, you're interested in automata. Okay. I don't really know what my plan is with all my gold yet, but we'll get to it. Hold on. So, first of all, let's finish buying specialists. Any specialists that I think will be useful. Dona Evita, politics and languages. He does not have politics. That's fantastic. So, +2 campaign whenever he succeeds on the wheel, and also, of course, the extra benefits of him getting another point of diplomat. Oh, I forgot this is... Yep, I definitely booted some resources. I'm frustratingly bad at this game sometimes. And like I said, I've definitely made mistakes. I have not played this game anywhere near perfectly. Yeah, I should have bought my specialists before. I got a ton of campaign tokens just now at less than maximum value. The point is, I screwed up a lot and I still think this is going to be a pretty good score. If you take this crew and play totally perfectly, I bet you can get some serious, like, a lot of points. So do I want to pick up a point of Beguiler for him? He has Beautiful Smile right now. None of these are going to be able to actually give us extra tokens, so it's just about buying perks right now. Yeah, let's pick up a point of Beguiler. Charms, I guess? I don't think either one of those are specifically used. And then 2P, we have 2 points of Survivalist on Charles. The Survivalist does matter. Survivalist is something that comes up on some of the checks. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that we'd get access to some Tactician, because Victor is 1 point short of the good buff. Also, it is worth noting that Charles is only level 3. I really have not given the other members of the party a chance to shine at all. Kwame was max level, like, by the end of the 3rd expedition, and Charles is still level 3. I think we'll pick up a point of... We'll go for Survivalist. Charles. Learn navigation, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I feel dumb. I definitely should have bought my specialist before spending my insight. I'm so used to doing things a different way. I would have been able to afford 2 of them. So I would have gotten, you know... It probably would have been mostly gold, right? I got plus gold from those. So I lost some money there. Oh, we may as well buy all our helpers, too. Obviously, the barterers should come along, and then, like... I don't know. Technically, it's better to buy whatever's cheapest, but, I mean, we're probably going to get everything, right? So I may as well just mash the heck out of the button. And, of course, every one of these is providing me with some 15 renown. We may not actually be able to buy everybody. I'm trying to think. If I wasn't going to buy everybody, it would be students, I think, that are least valuable to me. Students have 50% more renown, or study has 50%, research rather, has 50% more renown than the other resources, but you get way more gold per token. Enough that it more than makes up for the renown per point difference. Okay, that's where we are. We are at 6,059, so not the highest score I've ever seen at this point, I think, but pretty high. And, like I said, played better. I think this could be really impressive. Actually, hold on. Let's buy defenses real quick. At the very least, we need to provide a legendary memento to Victor. Charles's stuff is lowish. Hold on. So we're definitely going to be buying at least one great book. Tactician Offense. Yeah, we're buying this. I want him to have that level 5 Tactician. That's really important to me. Yeah, and as you can see, we hadn't actually made that much money in the campaign up to this point, and again, that may be due to errors in my play, or there's all kinds of reasons that might have happened. So let's buy some books. Should I... Yeah, let's fix Charles's bad defenses. I don't know that he necessarily needs a 1350, though. How about 15 speech defense, 45 armor? That'll put his armor in a really good place, but I'm nervous about his speech defense still. Would I rather just do a memento? That gives him pretty bad armor. I feel like we get speeched at a lot more than we get hit. Yeah, I'm doing it. His armor's not that great. We'll deal. Okay. Let's buy books. I think it's going to be better to buy a lot of raw stats than it is to buy perks for my guys at this point, for my non-stacking guys. Fairly sure. So let's buy... For Kwame... Kwame actually needs the least help. Let's buy for the other people. And Kwame's doing just fine. He has 8 attack, but he's doing just fine. Let's sell this terrible thing. So we could buy 2 400-point books. I think that might be the way to go. So we mostly do confidence and joy. And then we have 300 gold left over for a perk or something. So Charles still only has 1 trinket slot. Can we buy him a point of survivalist that isn't... Unfortunately, we don't have access to... We can't buy the cheapest point of survivalist because it's the perk that he just got. But we could potentially buy him some other point of survivalist. One of these other shops. I don't have a lot of gold to play with. And man. We could get him... I was thinking the turban might be a good play because we do end up tyrannizing sometimes. Mostly this group is friendly, but Charles isn't actually good at friendly, and we bounce back and forth a lot. Nah, I'm changing my mind on that. We'll just get him something straightforward. Honestly, I might just give him this. Like, none of this stuff is blowing my mind. I guess we don't have an engineer at all, right? No, we have... Yeah, we just got a point of engineering. We have a point of athlete already. We have beguiling. We have that covered. This would at least... You know, maybe we should buy him this, just to make it so that his impress always hits. Or maybe I buy him this just so that the party has a point of a point of naturalist. I don't know how much it will matter, but... I guess technically there's no reason to buy battery over pickaxe. Yeah, sure. That seems fine. Alright, let's get out there. Shangri-La. Let's do it. This crew has some potential. We are getting a lot of tokens, and we are getting a lot of value from those tokens. Right. Yep, Shangri-La, onwards. Okay. And I think we're relatively well suited to the challenges. Oh, the nature... I'm trying to remember what the lone nature challenge node does. Well, let's start by going over here. So, there's no sense going to the supply node first. We may as well expend a point of supplies on the way over there. Oh, a monk pops up and throws something toward the crew. Well, I bet Kwame can catch it. What with it? Look at that. Bonus, 12 campaign. Kwame's just great at stuff. That's... Wow. Well, that's not a great start. Get good scruff. Kwame, the very first thing you do is disappoint me. Alright, Charles, go looking for supplies. That was a lot of tokens, man. A lot of tokens that were worth quite a bit of renown. Yay, Charles gets to be... I mean, we have to take... Is it better to take a 4th point? Obviously, we have him at 2 diplomat already, so we don't need to take this point for the purpose of contributing to that campfire story. But I wonder if his survivalism might be more valuable to us. This would give him extra speech, is what I was thinking. We're going to take the survivalism. Alright, let's try it. Tiger Mountain. Tiger Mountain is the one that we're going to be worst at, probably. 82%. I don't think we can find the hidden passage. Yeah. This isn't bad, though. Boy, I sure hope he doesn't drop this. I'm going to save the tool. Okay, it looks good. Look at that. That point of survivalist is coming into play already. Alright, this is not actually the best, the best one of Rivalu's crew for us to fight. But, you know, it was the closest one. So, let's get to it. Kwame has the brush. I should say the trowel, the brush and trowel, broom and trowel, that gives the speech defense down aura. So we have to be cautious about our positioning with him. Despite the fact that he has minus attack power from the diplomat thing, he's still actually at a pretty good place. This is helping. His speech defense has gotten really good. So I think the female units here have very little armor. I'm going to go ahead and do this despite the fact that we don't need the heal, just to make sure that I get the one shot. Alright, and on these Shangri-La fights, of course, I'm sure I've said this many times, but I may as well keep saying it. There's nothing else for me to talk about right now. On these Shangri-La fights, of course, you want to go ahead and burn down the ads because the boss does not get reinforcements here. 141 damage. Keep in mind, Kwame's Enrage only does 75% power. It is guaranteed to hit, though, which is nice. So Kwame is a total monster. All of his exciting attacks, or his single exciting attack, his Excite, should be incredibly powerful. Now that we've got the book and everything. Obviously, we would like to end the battle friendly. I do not think that it should be an issue. Kwame can't... Oh, he can get over here. Okay. Oh, no. They're strong against it. That's unfortunate. What is that? Actually, what is the boss strong against? Okay, he's strong against Confident. He's not strong against Excite. So we can... I guess, yeah, just soften this dude up. Have to be a little bit careful here, because we don't want to go into friendly too early. All right, and then we can finish this guy off friendly. Keep building up the friendly points. When you're manipulating your attitude like this, it's important to keep building points in the attitude that you're not currently in, so that when you switch, you'll have enough. You'll have enough built up for it to become your dominant attitude immediately. Oh man, the finger guns. It's brutal. Pretty sure that's against the Hague Convention. Alright, our defenses are in a pretty okay place, but I mean the enemies in Shangri-La just hit really hard. Fortunately, we have Cheer, and of course Kwame's Excite heals for a fair amount, just due to his big, huge reserve of speech power. Alright, we have the talent upgrade for Charles that makes his group insult give minus 25% to defenses as well. Do I want to switch over into friendly now? Oh yeah, obviously I do. Right, of course. Actually, let's... No, we should be fine. I was thinking that it's dangerous to leave him in Confident, because he can actually hit pretty hard, but his crew is trying to devote themselves to speech right now. I'd rather have him potentially punch us in the mouth really hard, then excite everybody and definitely take big speech attacks. Alright, 23. That's not that bad. Yeah, you sure showed him, lady. Alright, so we're keeping our friendly score pretty close to our devious score. I think it's time to just go all out, though. So he's weak against he's weak against Impress. I think we might be able to ignore his henchmen at this point and just go for it. And that maybe sounds premature, but I really do think that we're on it. I also have the buff from the psychology tree that makes the excited status give minus speech defense. So... Oh no, we're not quite gonna get there. Well, I guess get him out of excited. Okay, it would be really bad if Charles got beaten to death here. Hopefully... Okay, good. Oh no, she moved, but then she still attacked Charles. I think we're fine. We definitely cannot afford to boot Resolve in a casual manner here. I have three Resolve to play with. Alright, Tommy. Let's end all this acrimony. Why always the fighting? Let's be friends, man. And you know what friends do? They let each other take the Shambhala Key. Give me that. Alright, 25 renown for each level of athlete and tactician. So that is 2 levels of athlete and 5 levels of tactician. That is 175 renown. Oh! 200 renown, that's right. I picked up a level of athlete on Kwame at some point for some reason. Versus 10 campaign tokens. Let's just do some quick dirty math here. A campaign token gives, like, 50 status. About 10 or 11 of which we get as... About 11 of which we get as renown. So this is like 100-something renown, plus, I mean, a little from gold, but it's not going to be 200. It's good, it's not good enough. I guess we just head this way. This gets us to this other, this other node pretty quickly. Actually, we'll take a detour to engage in a cultural challenge, because cultural challenges give us 50 renown when we beat them, and also, you know, 1,000,000 tokens. Please do not fail the 97. Okay. Okay. I'll say that it would be really nice for me if we could find that Lotus Orb. Or, what is it called? The Ruby Lotus, rather. Yes, obviously, we play 450 renown. The crew makes an international statement and lets all of you who are distinguished diplomats sign it, which makes us more respectable. 450 points more respectable, in fact. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, it would have been really cool if we'd found the Ruby Lotus really early on. Alright, this is the one that I'm most worried about. Do I want to tool this? Here's the thing. We really need this key. But, what if the Yeti spawned, you guys? I feel like, oh, okay. Ooh. Alright. Let's get that Shambhala Key. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. So, the last one is right here. Let's just take some time to sort of probe around the edges for the... Okay, that's just the Dharma Chakra event. That's fine. We'll go get that. Okay, here we actually want to finish aggressive or devious. We don't really have strong incentives from our specialists on this one. So, these guys... we usually can just blow up. I think we should still be able to do that. We have to hit this guy with Enrages. We do not have access to Sadden at all, unfortunately. How good is Kwame's enrage against him? It's okay. Alright, let's see if we can... He's immune to... Oh, right. You have a melee range only. How about... No, that's not going to get anywhere near it. I don't think we're actually going to be able to bring this guy down. My plan was to bring this guy down with Kwame and Charles so that I could have Victor run through and just stab the crap out of that guy, but I think it's looking like maybe this is not going to happen. I guess we may as well blow Deride on it. Yeah, that's fine. Deride has a long cooldown. We won't be able to use it again this battle, most likely. But totally worth it to ensure that we get 2 dropped on the first turn. And actually, with a touch of... With Charles's group insult should allow us to bring down 2 this turn as well, I would think. Although, actually, Kwame's kind of getting beat up there. It puts him into impressed. That's annoying. Alright. Right, so we do this, and it strips everybody's defenses, which allows Victor to come over here and blow either one of these guys up right away. Blow this one up. Which I think should allow Kwame to come through and drop this guy. I guess it does screw up our... Yeah, that screws up our defenses, but... I think we were going to lose somebody here anyway. Demons hit so hard. Wow, he did 242 damage. Alright, maybe this guy will choose not to attack Kwame. Alright. So we just want to stab him, right? And aggressive, get the tokens. I kind of like this crew is pretty versatile because we have 2 different members that have a good attack for each of the 3 attitudes. This is kind of awkward. I want to get this node, but obviously we can't not go here. We're the chosen ones. We have some supplies to... Do I want to go at 72? No, let's use one more supply. We'll take the 97. It would be a real bummer to miss this check. You lose supplies for missing the check, so you're kind of gambling with your ability to keep moving either way. Alright. So he's giving Victor the choice. Victor's current speech defense is 84. I don't think he needs to be skeptical. So yeah. This is not a good way, by the way, to determine your real-life religious beliefs. Don't check the stat bonuses. Yeah, there's lots of demons. Okay. So, I don't know if it's possible... Wow, those game's freaking out a little bit. I don't know if it's possible to get the Ruby Lotus anymore. I don't think that I've ever had this and then found that encounter. It may be that we can't get the Ruby Lotus because the demons who would have given it to us are now turned to gold. We'll take 450 renown plus 300 renown. That's like a fine treasure. It actually looks like it may not have spawned. Okay, cool. Do we get the supplies here? Probably not, right? Oh no, this isn't even demons. A Yeti? Tell me more. Oh, it turns out that the Yeti doesn't live here, because the Yeti and the Enlightened one hate each other. Absolutely can't stand each other. If one of them is around, the other one's leaving. How do I want to do this? We have one elite female henchman and a bunch of elite male henchmen. The elite female henchmen are significantly weaker against physical attacks. The elite male henchmen are weaker against speech. And Victor has the tool. This is going to one-shot someone every single time he uses it during this encounter. It's nice to have access to Confident. I find that Confident is often... Or Encourage, rather. Encourage, which makes people confident. I find that this is often really lacking in speech-focused parties. And there are a number of encounters that are much easier with it. You know what? I think Kwame's got this held down. Let's send Charles in this direction. We'll use the thing that's guaranteed to hit. I guess that maybe would have been a good time for group insult, because I think we're close enough. Well, maybe not. I don't know that we actually would have hit them. Oh, there are two females. I just... looking right past one. The females are a little dangerous because they have ranged attacks. But I guess their ranged attack is only when they're aggressive and devious. Because when they're aggressive, they have an actual gun. And then when they're devious, they have the finger guns. But I guess when they're in friendly mode, they don't do that. Alright, we won't end the turn devious. It was important to do that first so that we could spend the rest of the turn climbing back up into friendly. I mean, also it's important to do it first, obviously, because it's nice to get the defenses lowered. You don't want to be hitting people and then lowering their defenses later. Alright, so even without the Yeti, I think this is going to be a really good score. We're at 82-84 already, and remember, that doesn't consider the value of any of our tokens. And while I am concerned about our resolve value, our stats are pretty good. The enemies in this zone hit hard, but our stats are good enough that I think it's not going to be an issue. She is weak against Excite. How unfortunate for her. Yeah, we're all friends here, listen. If you got any notes on where we might find a Yeti, you know, later. We'll come back. We'll get some Yetis later. Alright, and we get 2 supplies, which is nice. So... head up to here. An exotic but broken machine. So we can make a tool, but we'll lose resolve if we fail. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little cocky after how these last couple battles have been going. I kind of want to risk it. Not even... I mean, for the tool, sure, but mostly for the 8 campaign tokens. Is that foolish? It's fairly foolish. I guess maybe I should have made the... oh, wow. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Maybe I should have made the roll actually with somebody... like, maybe I should have made the roll with somebody else, despite the fact that we wouldn't have gotten all the campaign tokens, just so that they could get XP, and they still had about the same chance of getting the tool as Kwame did. Alright. So I think Kwame should be able to crush this. Yep. Kwame's going to cross the room using Charm with his 8 relevant skill ranks. Secret token, 50 renown. Pretty good stuff. Alright, you know, I don't think I've had a single run... oh, this is beautiful. 300 extra renown from that. I don't think I've had a single run on camera with you guys where I didn't get all the Shambhala Keys. Which is not... that's not something that's, like, guaranteed. These checks are fairly difficult. Okay, let's strike the gong. Weird. Would you feel more famous? In case you're curious about this, this is part of the event that let us figure out the code that has to be input into the gargoyle in the Hungarian fort expedition in order to unlock the Halloween treasures. You just have to, I think you just have to get here with a party that has a certain number of ranks of diplomat combined or something like that. It definitely only happens to parties that are status directed, and those usually have that, so I don't actually know what the trigger is. Let's investigate the courtyard. What a beautiful secret garden. And we actually have the stats necessary to talk to the monk, which is nice, because this is kind of a hard check to pass. I wasn't worried. I wasn't sweating it. Okay. So we are on 4 supplies remaining. Yeah, it's enough to hit this node, and then get out of here. Kwame, save us from this trap. Look at all those campaign tokens. It's beautiful. No need to state the obvious, there is no Yeti. Alright. This is actually interesting. Yeah, let's go get this and see where that puts us. Alright, 76% chance to gain 2 supplies. If we don't get this, then we'll take some penalties, but we're fine. 2 supplies, I think, doesn't change our route at all. I think we just have to go back. Right, 1, 2, penalty, penalty. I'd rather not take any penalties, right? And I want to hit nodes, but the graph is built all funny. Would I be okay taking 2 penalties? I'm only at 3 resolve. I don't want to lose this run to, yeah, I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to lose this run to getting a little overzealous. Okay, I'm totally going to take 1 penalty to get a cultural challenge, though. I know, I just said things. Listen. Oh, it's an archaeology. Well, there's no penalty to failure. Let's go for it. Maybe we'll still get it. I forget that half of cultural challenges are actually archaeology challenges, not diplomat. Okay, Kwame loses grit. That's not so bad. That was worth a try. Let's get out of here. So we are 89-34 before the final node. Let's remember that. Alright, and we'll show him all of our sweet keys. Alright, time to talk this out. It's hard to sound cool while saying that. You know, part of the problem with our culture is probably that we don't really value the ability to talk things out. It sounds cool to fight people. It doesn't sound cool to, like, engage in peace. So I think we're going to spend the first round of this fight actually just backing off, because we can't get to them in a way that's at all convincing to me. So let's back off, make them come to us for a turn. So we want to be at least this far back. We don't want them to be able to move forward and hit us with range 2 abilities. So let's fall back at least to here. Who's got the lowest defenses? Actually, it's Kwame. Alright, so Kwame, you get the furthest back. And then we may as well buff up your attack. And actually, you know what? I want him excited, and doing doing both of the things on him put him way up. It doesn't display correctly, but Victor's attitude marker is actually way up at the top end of his bar. You'll see if something happens that decreases it, and it won't decrease very far, and it'll end up like here. Alright, let me get it, guys. The AI just runs at you. They don't have any strategy. Ah, very clever. Okay, so I think that the only thing that makes sense is to open with the defense reduction. And then I don't think we're going to be able to blitz down Rivaloo without dealing with these guys, just due to the way that they ended up being ordered. I should have moved Kwame forward first. We could have gotten a little bit extra damage on this. Yeah, the thing that makes the most sense is definitely just bomb Tommy. We can't do enough damage to anybody else. Rivaloo is weak to Confident, which we actually have a good source of. It's a thing that's been a problem for us a number of times in the past. Cassandra is going to get blown up when Victor hits her. I definitely don't want to do that. It's a shame that Tommy has resistance to this. So, there's a pretty good chance that they're going to go aggressive. They switch attitudes a lot. So I'm thinking that this is maybe not a great thing to do for that reason. They're about to go aggressive. Maybe I don't want to pump up Tommy's attack power. I really wish that he could reach... Yeah, he can't get anywhere close to beating Tommy. Tommy only has 76 health, man. Come on. You gotta step up your game. Well, I guess the thing that makes the most sense is just... Let's keep getting Tommy low. Next turn, Victor can peace treaty, and it'll take out Tommy and do some other stuff. And actually, peace treaty is kind of good here because it lowers the enemy's attack. Amir Akhtar's got this little dagger he likes to use. Yep. I mean, we have pretty good defenses. We'll be alright. Oh! Just smacked him across the face. Did she do more damage by smacking him across the face than Tommy did by hitting him with a bat? Is that what happened? Alright, so... let's... I mean, he's fine where he is. We could do this. It does minus 20 attack, minus 20% attack. And it would apply the excited status to all these guys, which is interesting because, like I said, I have the buff that makes excite lower speech defense. Let's do this. Oh, the little noises they all make. You're weak against confidence, which is unfortunate. You can heal yourself. Foaming with rage at having been described as a dog trying to eat at the dinner table. Okay, I'm fairly confident we've got this under control now. I suppose it's possible that Rivalu could hit Victor so hard we'd lose a point of resolve, but even if that did happen, I don't think it would matter. Wow, that's quite a bit of damage, actually. So you're weak against confident, you're also weak against confident. I don't see any particular reason to bother with Amir. Let's move Kwame over so that they both have debuff and see what the damage looks like. You know what, let's go for Amir because it looks like we might be able to down him. Okay. I said might be able to down him because he does have grit. That only had an 80% chance of hitting. We could have whiffed it. I mean, I think it makes sense to just keep on. Like, I know we're at minus 20 armor and everything, but I did this to start walking his attitude up so that we could get him into. I probably should have done these in the opposite order, but I think he's just going to throw a punch again this turn, so... Okay, it's starting to get fairly real over here. So he's weak against confident. Oh yeah, we got him. He's done. Right, Excite has to be able to do that much damage. Okay, not a bad score overall, I think. Again, the Ruby Lotus would have been fantastic. We would have gotten a couple hundred extra resolve from, or renown from that. I'm certain now you are the greatest explorer there is. That's true. I am. Thank you for figuring that out finally. All right, so let's get that Emperor horse. So 30 renown for each secret is 210. Obviously, that's not a winner. This is a little over 500, or 5 renown for each campaign token is 545. This is 520 something, so yeah. Or 534, because math. Yeah, 5 renown for each campaign token. That's pretty good. That treasure there was worth over 1,000 renown by itself. Not too bad. It's not quite the living crystal, but it'll do. Would have been cool if we could have gotten the Yeti. Would have been cool if we could have gotten the Ruby Lotus. This, by the way, has been fantastic. So many tokens. It gave us, I think, 6 at the beginning of our... No, it must have been 5. Let me think. I have the... Kwame starts with 2 ranks of Diplomat. Victor starts with 0. Charles starts with 1. Charles gained a rank of Diplomat. Kwame gained a rank of Diplomat. Yeah, so it was 5. It was 6. Yeah, because I took Diplomat for everybody first. Or rather, Kwame got a point of Diplomat from the event on the first side that gives you a perk. Alright, 7,384 status with our conversion. Should be pretty good. Yeah, 12,000. So that's the highest score I've ever gotten. And I really did not play it correctly. I made a lot of mistakes. The score for that could be substantially higher, especially if I had, in fact, gotten the Ruby Lotus or something. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this strategy. I still think that Charles is very clearly the best, the highest scoring captain. Anna's probably very close. Although, again, I think that the new Shangri-La is better, renown-wise, for status people than Lost Island is for science people. Maybe I'll put that to the test. Maybe I'll put, try to do the best possible Anna run next and see if we can't maybe push a score up to this point. So, I hope you guys are enjoyed that. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as a whole. If you are, please leave comments, whatever. Your support is very meaningful to me. And if you have any ideas for future parties that you'd like to see, future strategies that you'd like to see pursued, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to read them. And we'll see you next time.